What the hell is he talking about? Oh, shit.
Shh. We're live and you went
Uh-oh,
to
we're live.
You
Yeah,
screwed me up, Sean. You screwed me up.
Oh,
Operators are standing by.
Welcome to Chasing Proxy Radio, where we discuss the unidentified, the unexplainable, paranormal, conspiracies, and much more. Starring your host and co-host, Jenny Nicasio, Sean Kelly, and Jason Sledgehammer and Petro. Brought to you by UPRN Network. Now for your host, Jenny Nicasio.
Good evening and welcome to Chasing Prophecy on UPRN FM 105.3 in New Orleans, where we discuss everything and everything beyond the scope of normal. And we're not normal because it's Torture Tuesday.
Welcome to Torture Tuesday.
where is your pineapple shirt at, Jenny?
I don't know, but I'm Jenny Nicasio along with my co-host Sean Kelly, the Pineapple Man, and
Yeah,
the wonderful, fabulous,
say
incredible
Pineapple Kelly.
Jason and Petro. I am drinking coconut pineapple.
Okay, all right, but you gotta get a pineapple shirt. Honest to God. Yeah.
Sorry, honey, I am not into the swing sing.
Just because you have a shirt doesn't mean you're into the swing.
No, but we have an interesting
Sean
show.
found that out the hard way.
Yeah, dude. Well,
Sean,
Jason's
ignorant.
pineapples are straight up, so they have to be upside down.
Well, there is some. They're like half and half. One row up, one row down.
typical. Well, we had a wonderful weekend. There was a meteor shower. It was Memorial Day. I don't know about you guys, but I was pretty busy.
Yeah, it was a pretty busy weekend. We saw some fireworks on Saturday up at a friend's farm, and
A French farm or your friend's farm?
A friend.
Yes.
And there was like a little cookout thing, and
Did you have fun?
oh yeah, it was a good time. You know,
Cool.
come 10 o'clock, I was falling asleep in the chair by the fire.
He's
By the
becoming an
fire.
old man.
As we
becoming
get
an
older,
old man.
I can't stay up that late anymore.
I know,
Well, I
you're
don't
becoming
know.
old.
You're not. Who's who? No, Jason. It's kind of hard when you have a family, little kids, and to do all that stuff. And I'm trying to see if I can get my guest to come on tonight. We have a little technical problem with the guest. I guess he can't log on or something. Let me.
Tuesday.
Well,
Torture
speak-
Tuesday.
Well, speaking of Memorial Day, I want, please remember the veterans that have fallen during the war.
Absolutely.
In order for you to have that picnic,
Oh, absolutely.
they had to die. So, please remember them.
Oh, absolutely. I think a lot of times people lose track.
Yeah,
what some holidays are all about.
I agree. And it's not so
We're
much.
all guilty. We're all guilty.
Guilty.
Of it.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
I love those pineapples, Jason. Oh my God! I just noticed you. Oh my God! I'm so blind. I just
He's
noticed
got my
you
shirt.
were
I
wearing
got
a
my pineapple shirt.
Yeah.
Oh
You
my
got to
God.
get a pineapple shirt.
Oh,
Jen.
I don't know where I'd find one.
Oh,
But
online?
I will,
Online?
You can find them.
I will look for a pineapple shirt. I will definitely, but we just can't go out all together with our pineapple shirt. People will really.
You can
They
get the
don't-
pineapple shoes. There's pineapple shoes.
Oh Lord, help me. Lordy help me. So, if the case that our guest does not show up tonight, is there anyone in the audience in all our YouTube, Facebook, Twitch would like to be a super guest tonight? Definitely.
Hey, Boots the cat.
Boots the cat. We're going to post the link. If you have anything supernatural, you like my hat? Isn't it pretty cool? You see my new cat, guys.
Yeah, I see that. What
I
is
like
that?
it.
Is that
Steampunk.
steampunk?
I am addicted to hats. So these, and I can't help it myself. When I see a new hat, I have to get it. So if there's anybody in the audience, and I want to appreciate and let you know that we do appreciate you as our viewers, listeners all around the world. So we just want to let you know we do appreciate you. And if you have any questions or comments for us, if you think you would be a great impromptu guest tonight, definitely I will put the link in the chat and you can join us in the stream. Hi, Ryan O'Shea. How are you
If
today?
Hey,
anybody
Ryan,
has
what's up,
any
buddy?
information from the topic last week, the TikTok time traveler,
Oh,
if
yes.
anybody has any truth to that or
Yes.
anything from what we discussed, let us know.
Definitely. We would
Yeah.
like to continue the conversation, and we will get to the humming because every time we go do it, we don't have enough time. So just in case our guest totally does not show up, which I don't think he is because he's not listening to any of my messages, we definitely will get him back on. He's one of our sponsors. But that reminds me, I wanted to throw a shout out to a couple of people. One is our sponsor for this segment of the show, and it's Via Hemp. Okay. Like we talked about it before, if you like hemp, you're going to love these guys. And of course, I can't find my, let's see, I better get into my other topic. But did you guys know that there's a TikTok out there, a TikToker that is a kitty? And this particular kitty cat, he has a story of his own. This poor little kitty. Make sure I get the information right. This poor little kitty cat was caught in a fire and it lost one of its eyes, which is really sad. And he survived, and a nice young man saved him. Him and his wife saved him and rescued him. And I believe if you want to check him out on TikTok, I'm going to see if I can actually play one of his TikToks. And so you can follow him. He's looking for a lot of followers. His name is Spooky and Friends. And he's on TikTok. And I'm going to try to get that. But in the meantime, I got to log into. So you guys, I'm going to put myself on mute while I find it. So you guys can tell us a little bit more about what's going on in I haven't seen or heard anything about your investigations lately. So are you doing any?
Well, it's that time of year where just like everything else, just like heating and air conditioning, whatever, you have your slow seasons, and that's kind of where we're at right now. But we have some plans later in the summer, checking out the Hinsdale house. And,
I'm looking forward to that.
Absolutely. And there's a couple other places we're looking into trying to set up an investigation. But it's just a slow time of year. Everyone's excited to get out of the house, and springtime, summertime, it's getting warm out. Everyone's going swimming, and squirt gun fights and water balloon battles and all that stuff. So what
I plan on doing for us, though, there's a lot of people that have asked me. I don't know if anybody asked you, Jason, that they do want to go on an investigation. So I was thinking some Saturday night, go somewhere and take people on an investigation, and just get the experience from it.
Yeah, there's an idea.
Yeah, I've done it before.
Where do we take them?
Well, you know where I want to take them, but you don't.
Oh, don't say Blue Mist Road.
I want to try.
Blue Mist Road. That's always what he's talking about.
I want to try cemetery. It's been a long time since we did a cemetery, and I like cemeteries. I feel safe in the cemetery, and the reason why I feel safe is that you watch some horror movies and stuff like that. Cemeteries are a bad place to go to. That's bull crap, because cemeteries are sacred ground. Okay. And I feel more safe in the cemetery than I would, anywhere else at that time.
Well, you know what? Speaking of cemeteries, remember we went to, was that up in Grove or something?
Yeah.
I think we went to a cemetery. The owners? And remember, I brought a friend of mine from work. He was always wanting to go on an investigation, and that night actually turned out to be really awesome because him, as well as a couple, I think Roy and somebody else, at one particular part saw like this little girl behind a tombstone.
Yep.
And disappeared just like snapping fingers.
Mm-hmm.
And when we went over to check the tombstone, it was actually a tombstone for a very young girl, like 5 or 6 or something.
Yeah.
I want to say. So he got to see that. I don't know if it was it might have been that same night I caught the Shadow Man figure.
I think it was.
On camera.
I think it was. And I think that's the night too. Val got that one photograph of that ghost. Have you seen that one yet?
Yeah. I wasn't there for that one. I know
you weren't?
There was a couple. No, this one was after that. But I also remember one of our other investigators was scoping the, place out and checking out some old graves, and she came and got me, and she's like, "Hey, I need you to come over here and, see if you feel anything around this general area." And there was this one, like, tombstone or whatever. It was like 6, 7, 8 foot tall monument kind of thing. And it just emitted the most pure negative energy. Just this one.
Was that the one with Julia?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was this one. It was making you nauseous. I've never gotten sick feeling on an investigation like that. But this thing just emitted so much negative energy. You could just feel it. And she's like, "Yeah, it's making me real sick." And I think Daniel too. And I was like, "We got to get away from this thing." So then I remember we went back there, I don't know, a few months after that or something. And we went and found it again. And it's just that one grave was just pure negative.
Yeah.
Like
It's like that's like some people in my family. It's like a negative.
Well, you know what? The only downfall, I love Grove Cemetery. The guy who runs it, man, he's a pretty cool dude. We can go there anytime we want. But the only problem I have, especially when it was like 99 degrees and Val took that picture, it's up on the hill. You know what I mean? You got to walk up a hill.
Well, let's take a real quick break. I'm sorry, Sean. I got to get the sponsor.
My wife's story, just speak to the curve.
The pineapple shirt.
I'm sorry, but have you ever taken a CBD product hoping that it would help you and help relieve stress and help you sleep, but you were left feeling, this isn't it. You feel disappointed. Well, Via Hemp Company is dedicated to crafting high strength hemp products, and we all love that. And you can actually feel the difference when you take it. And I've tried a number of different ones, so I have to say this is a 5+ stars. Get this, they can deliver legal THC products to anywhere in the United States. That's pretty cool. And these guys have crafted products to promote specific effects such as sleep, pain relief, and energy. And I tell you what, lately I need some of that energy. So whether you want gummies, topicals, vapes, drops, they got you covered. And so head over to their site, and they'll improve your daily routine 100% with Via Hemp Company. And visit viahemp.com and use the code prophecy. I believe it's 15. So let me make sure. Yes, it is prophecy 15 and get a 15% discount. And that's, to say it again, that's Via, just like it's spelled, VILLA hemp, HEMP.com. Thanks again for bringing this segment to us. So let's go on to another person. We want to a public service announcement. This is Spooky and Friends. So I'm gonna pull this up, and I want you, if you all can follow him, that would be great. So let's just bring it up, and I'll show you the I'm really terrible at this. I think I'd get it by now. I'm going to show you Spooky and Friends. And can you hear that, guys?
Yep.
Yes, we hear it.
That's one of the videos. There was one I really liked. And if I don't see it anywhere, it's about black cats. I don't see it, but that's really cute. This little, see, he only has one eye. Do you see that? It's really sad, but it's
Look at this. I just have this little guy that sits in my living room and stares at me. He just sits there and looks at me. Look at this. I just have
Isn't he cute?
Little
So
guy.
that's
would have named him
story in
Cyclops.
itself. There's this one, it's like about black cats, and I can't see it on here. It's like black cats have a bad rap. I don't see it anywhere.
They do. Everyone says you don't want to cross or have a black cat cross your path. Like,
They have a bad rap.
I don't believe
in
crap.
that.
God, no. No.
It's the first one. Okay, here it is. I think this is it. No, that's not it either. But I really do like that one. But I don't see. He said it's the very first one. I don't see it anywhere. Okay, the very bottom. Okay, the very bottom. I guess that puts a dyslexia on. I don't.
To those who think black cats bring bad luck, I don't bring bad luck. Your life was already shit. To those who think black cats bring bad
He
luck.
lost his eye in a fire and his owner
Your
died.
life was already shit.
He's so adorable.
To those who think black cats bring
So
bad luck.
do me a
I don't
favor
bring bad luck.
and follow
Your
him
life was already shit.
because he
To those-
deserves it. He's been through a rough life. Okay, back to the show, guys. Well,
Speaking of TikTok, why don't you promote yourself so you can get some followers?
I never thought of that.
There you go.
Okay, let me
Learn
see.
something
If
new
I,
every day.
yeah, we learn something every day. I don't even know where I would go to follow. Oh, here's my following.
So yeah, so advertise. I actually did a duet with her so she could hopefully get some followers.
Yeah.
You're gonna scare people away.
There was I'm trying to think of a good one to show. Geez, there's so many weird ones. There was
How
one.
about the one walking backwards?
You want the one with you? Okay, you duetted me, but I don't see that. Okay, if I can find it. I have so many goofy ones too, but I promote other people on my site. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
Yep, sure did.
But I did do that because I like to do that. Oh my God, I don't see any. I don't see the one being walking backwards. Oh,
Yeah.
gee.
Whoa. Slow down. Scroll up. Okay, it's the first one right there next to Ram.
This
Paul.
one.
Yeah.
Is that backwards?
Yeah,
No.
that's the back.
I don't see my feet.
When's the last time you had your glasses checked, Pat?
Honest to God, that's the one I come on.
Did you know that there are benefits to walking
Is that
backwards?
it?
I just found this out. I've been doing it for a couple days, and I'm going to see if I see anything different, noticeably different. And I've been
I didn't
doing
get
it
much
backwards
sleep
on the hill.
that day.
So that is the hardest. So if you want to try, do it. But just make sure that there isn't anything that you can trip on.
Triple on it.
Did you know
Seriously.
that there are
Don't do it if you can triple on it. No, seriously, there's a lot of benefits to walking backwards.
What is it? What are the benefits?
Balance. You strengthen your muscles, your quadriceps, your hamstring. It's really hard. And if you do it uphill, backwards, oh my God, it's like crazy.
I've been behind some people that were going so slow they should have been going backwards.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That
that's it.
too. Yeah. Okay, I don't see our guest, so
Anybody out there, who is listening to us or watching us, feel free. Please ask us questions, because we have to come up with some topics.
Oh, I got
But-
something.
what?
So, Sean, the Bel Air house.
Yes.
Remember that White House that was next door to it? It was obviously abandoned, kind of run down, weeds
Yeah.
taken over.
Yep.
It's getting tore down tomorrow.
Oh, it is. Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So what's that going to do for the Bel Air house? Because there's, I'm waiting to see if, I think the guy's name is Jeff. He's from out there. He's always checks the show out. I'm waiting. He might know some more about it.
Yeah.
As I seen, he posted a comment or something on the picture that I saw. Then he thinks a lot of the spirits came to the Bel Air house from over there, possibly.
I believe that. That's very possible.
Now, if they tear this house down, is there still anything in it? Or is everything already next door? Is it going to get worse, or is it going to get better, or what's going
I
to happen?
think it will. I personally think that it's going to get worse. They're going to be angry, first of all, because they're ripping down their home. And second of all, if you look at the houses that, like, in areas where they just built them, a lot of the settlers before those houses were built, raised a lot of Hades in those houses. And, yeah, I think it's going to cause more problems, I think.
What if there's something really, really bad in it, and that's why it is abandoned and nobody wanted nothing to do with it? And what if
It'll
it ends
stay.
up next door?
It will. Yeah.
Bel Air
it'll
house
stay.
might get amped up again.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, I found some information. I think that we were talking about the humming sound, so I'm going to play this, and we're going to discuss the humming because we didn't do it last week, or the last week, or the last week, or the last week. So let's do it now.
2 months later.
Mm-hmm.
All over the world, a disturbing sonic phenomenon is plaguing residents of rural areas, towns, and even big cities. This strange sound is a source of constant menace to those who hear it.
it's actually something severely impacting people's lives. It's not just something they hear, it's something that they feel, that they detect throughout their body.
These perpetual low-frequency drones are often simply called the hum.
So, what is
Was
it?
that it?
Well,
1991 in Taos, New Mexico. Some residents begin to complain to city officials about an eerie tone haunting them at night. It wasn't long before the media picked up on the story.
So I just woke up in the middle of the night and heard this strong humming sound, kind of low, kind of like a
A lot of people who hear the hum, they refer to it as a bunch of trucks idling nearby. It's this low-level, low-frequency, bass kind of sound.
It's not something that affects everybody. In a survey of Taos residents, about 2% of the population claim to hear it. But to those few who can, the hum is more than just an annoyance.
People say that the hum causes physical symptoms, sleeplessness, nausea, and it makes them nervous and anxious and depressed. And the US government actually tried to verify it. They went to Taos with low-frequency sound detecting equipment, and they heard nothing.
is that it?
Did you?
Awkward
No, I
silence.
just paused it. Did you ever hear any of this crazy sound? I know I have.
I've heard it, but and unfortunately, I cleaned up my office, so I threw away my notes from last week that I was going to talk about the humming. But there are some people. There's some kind of, I don't want to say disease, but there are some people that can hear humming, in their ears. I
You're
don't
talking
think
about tinnitus?
Yeah, that's not.
No,
That's
no,
a
no, no.
memory.
Tinnitus, yeah. But there's another thing. Say I shouldn't have thrown away my notes, but it's something different. There's only a certain few people that can actually hear that humming. Do I believe it's paranormal? No, I believe some people can hear it, and some
Well,
can.
Well, here's a couple things, something to think about. Some people may be able to hear. First off, we don't know what it is yet.
Mm-hmm.
But if only some people are claiming to hear. Sean, you were just talking about different issues and stuff. What about a lot of people do have tinnitus, which is ringing of the ears constantly, that sometimes is so low, so minuscule you might not notice it.
Right.
But what if the people that are hearing the humming, because they said there was 2%, so maybe those people haven't had ear damage or been around real loud stuff, throughout their lives. And that, that percentage is real small. And the rest of us, we're in industrial, we're in busy cities, lawnmowers, all that takes an effect on your ears.
Right.
So is that a possibility?
Exactly. That is a very good possibility. Yeah.
So you got that. It could be, I had a thought a while ago when we were talking about it. Okay, so it's down there and there's a lot of desert area, right? Rolling, not a lot of stuff around. What about the power grid?
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean in the power grid, I'm not talking
5G.
about just power lines.
Yes.
I'm talking
Yeah,
about
they do. Well, power lines
the-
do have a humming sound.
right,
Yeah,
but
they
the
do.
humming you hear, I think, is more from the transformers themselves. I used to work on transformers, and they do emit. It's a very low humming. It's obviously a lot of electricity. Thousands of kilovolts or whatever. What if these people are hearing? It's a transformer. It could be a couple miles away, but it's so quiet at night, and it's just a very low, off in the distance
Right.
sound. Or are they hearing it all day while busy life's going on? I don't know.
Well, let's listen some more.
If this unnerving hum wasn't coming from an external source, maybe the sound originated in the hearers themselves.
Maybe this is tinnitus.
Like you
Tinnitus
said,
is a condition
tinnitus.
where people constantly hear a ringing in their ears. And the reason is there might have been some sort of damage, and so to compensate, the brain sort of turns up its quote-unquote listening mechanism. But this is probably not tinnitus. And the reason is tinnitus tends to be a very high signal, a very high constant whine. This is more like bass than like treble.
some people can hear it, some people can't. You know, and I live off in the middle of nowhere, and I listen for it, but I've never heard it.
Mysteriously, almost as quickly as the hum began, it disappeared, leaving residents and officials no closer to an answer. But the phenomena of unexplained hums has appeared all over the world, this time just over the Canadian border in the city of Windsor, Ontario. In 2012, more than 22,000 Canadians dialed into a local teleconference to complain about their very own mysterious hum.
The hum, quite frankly, was hurting quality of life here in the city of Windsor.
So they got researchers from the University of Windsor to come and take a look, and they pointed to Zug Island. It's just this little island in the Detroit River where there's a lot of industrial activity. So they said that there are blast furnaces by a U.S. steel plant on Zug Island that are making a lot of sound, and that's what everybody's hearing.
But there was one problem. Zug Island was on U.S. soil. Without cooperation from the U.S. government, university researchers were unable to conduct any tests on the actual island, and their study was left incomplete.
I don't know if I believe that it's caused by an industrial plant. What about you guys?
I don't. I believe it's just in certain,
it's possible.
Certain people can actually do it.
Have you been relatively near in or around like steel mills and everything?
No, not really.
I could tell you there's a lot of vibrations and ruckus and hum. There's all kinds of stuff. So now if they're talking about this whole island as like one giant industrial island, all this stuff is constant. Yeah, and I'm sure they run around the clock like a lot of places do. That could very well be a source. And then the government not wanting to work with them and let them do their study, we can't prove it yes or no.
Right.
So it's kind of left unknown, but it could very well have something to do with it. And they said that you'll hear this humming, and then all of a sudden it stops. It's gone. That makes perfect sense because I live near a couple mills down the road. It'll be loud, bunch of noises, and then it'll dead silence out of nowhere. You know, you don't even know what's going on with it.
Right.
And that's just on a small scale. But if this is a whole island that's pretty much industrial, it could very well be that, and then the sound just travels, over open land.
Is there any industrial plants out in New Mexico near your house?
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't live there.
If anybody out there, no, I'm just saying that's something to look up. Does anybody know if there are? Because
thanks, Christine.
Because if that's true, then maybe they're hearing the humming from some kind of plant. I think people are trying to get it to where, this is what I think, this is my own thoughts, is that they want to believe that it's aliens or UFOs that's going on.
Kind of like Gabriel's horns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
basically.
well, we're gonna get to that too, Jason. But let's see what else it says on here. Give me a second.
Reports of new and different hums were popping up across the globe. Scotland, Auckland, Kokomo, Indiana, and elsewhere. And each new case seemed to invite a new theory. Some experts attributed the hum to electricity pylons. Other people insisted it was UFOs. And many believed it was just mass hysteria.
There's some theories that the hum, whatever it might be, is still amplified psychologically. It's possible that a lot of the people reporting hearing the hum are reporting it because they live somewhere where other people are reporting it.
Over the years, for every individual hum, scientists have proposed all manner of explanations for these distressing sound reverberations. In Seattle, Washington, scientists thought it could be armies of mating fish. The plain fin midshipman fish use acoustic communication to attract a mate. On summer nights, the males contract the muscles around their gas-filled swim bladders. This whirring oscillation produces a monotone droning sound, calling all nearby females to his nest. The mating call's a low-frequency, long wavelength allows it to reverberate off the boats and also off the shallow parts of the sea floor, amplifying the sound on land. A popular conspiracy theory puts forward that HAARP in Kokona, Alaska, the high-frequency active auroral research program, is responsible for the hum all over the world. HARP is made up of 180 antennas which transmit high-power radio frequencies into an outer layer of the Earth's atmosphere. The theory is that these intense frequency blasts are invading the minds of people particularly sensitive to them. Still, there has been no unified theory for this worldwide mystery. But recently, science has made a breakthrough.
Some first reports of the hum were in Bristol, England in the 70s, and researchers from Oxford came and were able to point toward a large industrial fan nearby and said that that was the source of the hum, and when the fan was later decommissioned, the hum went away.
But then in 2015, the people of Bristol began hearing another hum, baffling residents once again.
The hum again?
This time, a recent scientific breakthrough provided a possible explanation. Scientists discovered that colliding ocean waves and waves moving over the seafloor are responsible for microseismic activity. In turn, this constant vibration gives off a hum.
They confirmed this in 2017 by putting seismic equipment at the bottom of the Indian Ocean.
That would make sense.
I mean, that's a lot of very good information.
Yes, it is very good.
I've heard about those fish before.
I haven't. That was the first I heard about.
Yeah,
that.
I remember one time I saw this show, and it was something this guy was complaining. He's like, "There's always something humming around." I don't know if it was a lake or I don't know where he was. I just remember it, and it turns out like the fish. It was the fish that was making all the noise, which is kind of baffling if you ask me.
Definitely. That leads us to Gabriel's horn that Sean was talking about. Now, a lot of people think that there is some kind of apocalyptic thing, and this is the sky trumpets. People have been reporting the sounds across the world, and I think it's the end of time.
What if it's just all Mother Nature's movements? I mean, we got tectonic plates, busting back and forth to cause earthquakes and all this other jazz.
Some people are calling them skyquakes.
Yeah. But on something about the Gabriel's horn, I did watch some YouTube channels that a lot of them were, debunked. There were people actually doing, making that noise. Like in the one, I forget where it was, but it was the sound of a train moving, or somehow they figured it out.
Is Gabriel one of your angels, Pap?
Yeah.
No, Ariel.
Can you ask him?
Yeah, it is.
You know what? I wake up every morning and ask him to blow his horn so the world would end sometimes, you know what I mean?
And then you blow yourself out of the bed from what you ate for dinner last
So the
night.
world would.
That's how I'm feeling now. Gabriel's all right.
They're saying there's a natural explanation to it. So the sounds can be the result of solar plasma. I don't know if you know what that is. It's something with the Earth's magnetic field. And other theories say the sound could be something from the plate shifting on the Earth, like right before an earthquake, how the plates shift.
Well, like I said, with Mother Nature, why couldn't it be the Earth? Because have any of you either seen some clips where where scientists are taking the sound waves from other planets and transforming it into actual audio? Have you ever listened to any of that?
I've heard people talk about it, but I've never heard it.
If you ever heard Saturn,
Never heard.
It's just real creepy, and it's just a low, ominous, just creepy noises. Like, so why couldn't Earth be making the same?
I've heard the humming.
That's a good point.
I've heard the thunder too that comes from the sky that they don't have, and there's no storms. So where's it coming from? So it's the same principle, I think. But a lot of UFO people think that it could be extraterrestrial. I don't think so. To me, when I hear this, I would like to think that it was Gabriel's horns.
Well, if it was Gabriel's horn, we'd be all dead. You know what I mean? Because once he blows that horn, that's the start of it. That's the start.
Yeah, but if you're blowing at different areas, where no one's going to hear it. Like if they're blowing it in Costa Rica, we're not going to hear it here, will we?
Right, but it would be in the news that everybody in Costa Rica died. You know what I mean? So,
well, let's just watch this YouTube video. These people that heard it. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up.
Oh, jeez.
Shut up. Give me a break, will you?
Looks like it's hot over there, Pap. You all right?
It's steaming. It's like 90 degrees in the attic.
I thought you were in your office.
That's my office.
Strange sounds are being heard around the world.
Let me get your window AC.
In Sweden, this sure sounds like a trumpet.
Sounds like one to me.
Another trumpet-like sound. In British Columbia, Canada, Dr. Glenn McPherson says he heard a strange humming sound in his home. At first, he thought it was an appliance.
Ultimately, I cut the power to the entire house, and the sound got louder.
Then he discovered he was not alone.
This is, in fact, a worldwide phenomenon, and I'm calling it the worldwide hum.
Check out his Hum Map Data project. To date, some 17,000 civilians and scientists from around the world who call themselves hummers have reached out to him, saying they heard the same thing. The mysterious hum could be caused by low-frequency sound waves that sound like this. He actually built this 3-foot by 6-foot steel box that blocks out low-frequency sound waves. But for some reason, even inside it, he says he still hears the strange hum.
Going into the box made absolutely no difference whatsoever to my perception of the hum. If anything, maybe even it got louder.
Inside Edition
Allison
producer
James
Brianna
plays in the
Deutsch
background.
climbed inside the coffin-like box to test it out. She
Not
hears
me.
no hum.
It's pretty dark.
Now listen to these strange booms that sound almost from another planet. It could be a sonic boom from a fighter jet breaking the sound barrier. Another possibility, a meteor. This home security camera in Bridgewater, New Jersey, actually caught the flash and then the sound of a meteor.
Huge explosion, loud enough and strong enough to knock the pictures off my walls and shatter the glass all over the place.
That may help explain some of the booms. But others remain a weird mystery.
I have a problem with that. You know.
You know, it was weird today.
Why do you have a problem with it, Sean? I keep shitting.
Well, if you're in a steel box, how in the hell can you hear it? Think about it.
He said you can still hear it.
But then again,
Well, he said the box is supposed to filter out the low frequency.
And you could still hear it though with in the
You let him go in the box and then smack
and
the side
again,
with a
here's for all
sledgehammer.
them ufologists. They want to. It's alienated. Something.
alienated, huh?
You know, yeah, like a bunch of aliens are making that damn noise, or Gabriel's coming down. He's ready to let loose. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I personally don't. I put no credence or whatever the hell into it. If it's a noise, it's a noise.
So I was pumping diesel today in my work truck. Oh God bless the my boss for having to pay for that. Whew. But anyways, so I'm out on 70, right? I usually go to Speedway, and I'm just there pumping diesel, and there was this loud boom. It just shook, like the pump shook. You felt it in your chest, and I walked around the truck, and I'm looking around. As you can see, 70's right there, and I didn't see anything. And there was another truck driver, and he's like, "Hey, did you hear that?" And I was like, "Yeah, did you?" He's like, "Yeah, I just want to make sure I wasn't crazy." I was like, "What was that?" He's like, it sounded like maybe a tire exploding, but it was just way more intense and more loud. And I was like, yeah. I was like, well, we'll find out when we see cops or whatever flying by. And, you know, we were probably there for 15, 20 minutes. Nothing. Both ways of the highway were clear. No explosions anywhere. There's nothing around, you know, just a couple of gas stations and like a restaurant. But
could it be a sonic boom?
Yeah.
There was no plane. There was nothing. That's why it was mind-boggling. Like, what
You don't
was
have
that?
to. I don't think you could. If it's a sonic boom, you wouldn't see the plane.
No.
It would be-
Well, you'd probably see the
You don't see it at all.
You wouldn't see it at
goes
all.
so
It doesn't
fast.
do
No.
the sound breaks the sound barrier.
Maybe
You
that's what it
won't-
was. I don't know.
Was there an airport out around that area? Because
No.
because when I
Not
left the Navy in '85, they came out. They got rid of the F-14 Tomcats and brought in the new bomber fighters, the F-18s. And as I was leaving the base, honest to God, I just saw this plane flying, and like in a split second, it just left, and it left off a big boom like that. So it could have been a sonic boom. Could have been.
Yeah, I don't know.
Could have been. It could have been someone.
What do you think it is, Jenny? You tell us your theory.
Well, I'll tell you what happened to me the other day. I heard a huge bang, and I looked. There's nobody outside. And then all of a sudden, I see my brother come into the backyard. He's like looking at his arm, and he goes, "You seen me?" He goes, he opens the door. Look at my arm. I singed it. And I looked. There was the bonfire. He burned all the broken branches from the fall and the winter. He used gasoline.
Oh my God! No.
Yes.
So it could have been some crazy neighbor, someone in the neighborhood trying to burn leaves. There was probably a can of something in the bonfire pit.
Wow.
He's an idiot.
Just throw batteries in the fire and watch them explode.
Yeah, that's probably what happened. There was probably batteries in it. So we were talking early in the show about karma. What are your feelings on karma, Jason?
It's real. That's all. A lot of people believe in it. A lot of people don't. I happen to be a believer myself because I feel like whatever you put out into the universe is going to come back at you, usually tenfold.
Right.
So, if you think you're going to pull a fast one or do something that is definitely wrong or what and could affect somebody else, whatever, chances are it's going to come back around and it's going to bite you right in the butt.
Mm-hmm.
And that might take a year, 2 years, 10 years, whatever.
Or it could be instant. A lot of people say, "Ooh, instant karma." Somebody does something to somebody else, and then 2 seconds later they're getting, whatever. But I also think if you do a lot of good and try to put good into the universe, that also comes back as like a good karma. That's the what I look at it as. Because,
that's a good thing.
Because say you're always doing good things. You work hard or whatever. It pays off a lot of times. It just comes back around and things just start to fall in place for the better. But if you're on the other side and doing all kinds of bad stuff, usually just more bad stuff keeps coming.
But here's the crazy part about that. Whenever good things are happening, people can't enjoy the good things happening to them because they're ready for the foot to drop. You know what I mean? And automatically they're thinking, I got $100. I'm so happy I got $100. But 10 minutes later, the tax man's going to come or a bill's going to come in, and I'm not going to be able to have it.
Car breaks down.
Anything.
You got to put gas in your 10
Well,
gallon
isn't that the power of positive thinking too? You put out there what you want. Like if you're always negative, you're just going to attract more negative energy.
But that's the norm for people, Jen. They're so used to getting screwed over that they don't want to enjoy what they have. And if I had now what I know, if I had $100, I'm going to hold on to that $100, for at least a day or two. I want to enjoy that. Hey, I'll get that $100 bill I got on my dresser. You know what I mean? But a lot of people, they don't seem to want to enjoy what they got because they're afraid something bad's going to happen. So would you consider that karma?
There's a lot of different cultures and religion that all have, karma. Like look at voodoo. You got good voodoo and you got bad voodoo.
Yeah.
So one's going to lead to other things than the other one. And
I think the bad one is called hoodoo. And I think at one point in time Joe would probably know more about this because he's down in New Orleans, but I want to say that they would take this certain kind of fish and like chop it up, and you can actually make a person a zombie. You know what I mean? Think about that.
With voodoo.
Yeah. No, see, there's a big difference. Now, see, here's what I don't understand how voodoo can be so bad. Half of the religion is dealing with the saints.
Really?
You know what I mean? Yeah, read up on it. It's not, there's a lot of Catholicism into that. Now, I'm not pretty smart on the hoodoo religion, but I know voodoo, half of it's Christianity because pray to the saints.
I don't know about that.
I look it up and read about it. You'll be surprised. I mean, that because at first when I heard that, I didn't believe it at all until I read up on it. And you guys know I hardly ever read, but it was pretty interesting, and yeah, it kind of blew me away. But I know that in hoodoo they do take people, and there's a certain fish that makes them like zombies, and they do all their work for them.
I don't
know.
Not sure about this one. Hoodoo's not the same kind.
Well, I'm just having a hard time understanding how this it falls into under karma, voodoo, and.
Well, you know how when you start talking about something, you go off on other tangents. At least there's something to talk about. You know what I mean? So you start
the
talking
karma
about,
of you wearing a pineapple shirt has led to me wearing a pineapple shirt.
Look, I love it. Jenny, you got to get a pineapple shirt, man. Honest to you. Or a pineapple hat. There you go. That's what you need to find.
Oh, yes.
A pineapple hat.
I don't think it's a good idea.
So what do you guys think? We'll go on to that topic now. Besides karma, what do you think of voodoo? What's your own interpretation?
I believe in voodoo because I used to have someone that used to poke holes in my voodoo doll, and that would hurt.
Yeah, if you put a voodoo curse out there, there's a good lot of chances it's going to come back at you. So you got to be careful.
We were talking about when we had the exorcist guy on, we were talking about cursed items.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this weekend, someone came to visit my house, and there was a mirror that I got from someone else's house, and I'm not sure. I don't know exactly where this mirror came from, but he comes flying through holding the mirror, and he took it. He goes, "Get it out of your house. I have a bad feeling about this mirror."
Mm-hmm.
Now, why would he do that? Like, could the mirror have been cursed, or did the mirror witness something?
Well, the mirrors, believe it or not, it's like a portal to the other side. Instead of roll around holes in the houses, people use mirrors. What's really crazy,
a scrim or something like that.
Something like that. But what's really cool is when you're on an investigation and you put mirrors like this facing each other and you shoot down the middle, you'll be surprised on how much stuff goes in between the mirrors. So yeah, the mirrors are pretty bad.
Well, I was just thinking, because if there was a murder and a mirror was there,
mm-hmm.
Isn't it like a sort of like the looking glass? Like it saw the mirror. I mean, the murder, and that evil might be inside the mirror.
I mean, it's something could be attached to it, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. But there's a place down in Brownsville, and it's called Nemacolin Castle. And in the one room, it was an old mirror. And I don't know how they were built, but there was something on the back of the mirrors. So what happened it must have been a real bright light or a flash of lightning went off, and it actually imprinted a girl and a dog into the mirror itself.
Yeah. Well, I can't find a site that says if there's 4 creepy mirror legends.
Well, it's probably something attached to the mirror, Jen.
Well, I'm just gonna see what there's
legends. Like, there's been claims of bad spirits being attached to like bed frames and dressers and
salt and pepper shakers.
What? Salt and pepper shakers?
Yeah.
Pineapple shirts.
If you go to an antique store, my God, it's like ghost heaven in there. I mean, you don't know wherever that salt and pepper shaker is going to go, or wherever that mirror is going to go, that ghost is going to follow it no matter what. No matter what.
You got to wonder though, being that it's all just materialistic items, why do spirits decide to be attached to it?
Because that was probably their favorite thing when they were alive.
But how do they like have that option, like I'm going to be stuck to this item forever.
That's on them, because I believe when you die, you still have a choice.
Wait, so you're saying the ghosts live inside the mirrors and they're waiting to come out?
No, they're portals. They go in and out.
When you put two mirrors together, that creates an endless loop for skewering. I think it's something like that.
What do you mean?
Like
What do you mean scrolling?
Scrying.
Wasn't there?
It's when you use, like Sean was talking about, you use the mirrors and somehow, I've never messed with it, but kind of venture into the other side.
What's that legend of Mary, Bloody Mary? Wasn't it had something to do with a mirror?
Yeah, you say it 3 times and she appears.
Shine a flashlight in the mirror.
I don't think so, no.
I'm not doing that.
Never heard. I ain't doing that. I don't give a crap.
No, I'm not doing it. There's also there's so many superstitions associated with mirrors. Like you break a mirror, you got 10 years, 7 years bad luck.
Who comes up with that?
Yeah, tell me about it.
I don't know, but
it's just like when a black cat crosses you.
No, but you know what? I've done that, and I did have bad luck for 7 years.
You cracked the mirror.
Cracked the mirror, and I had bad luck for 7 years.
Well, I don't know. They must be attuned to all those things. Because
I mean, there's the thing too about mirrors. There's a theory out there that they were like considered kind of damning in certain cultures. A lot of times
you shouldn't have a mirror facing your bed.
Would cover them at funerals, so spirits couldn't get trapped in them.
There's another thing about covering.
So what if in the movie Constantine that has some legit stuff to it about demons and mirrors and everything?
Yeah, a lot of people cover the mirrors.
Yeah.
So it kind of like stops them from like coming or going. I don't know. Mirrors are interesting. I'll tell you this, Jason. I was on an investigation up in Katanning. Not Katanning, Leechburg out there. And I need to find this photo, but this like really, really creeped me out. And it really creeped me out. I took a picture of a mirror, and honest to God, I'm not bull crapping you. There was a face of a goat and he was dressed in a tuxedo with human heads in his arms. Yeah. I have to find that because that blew me.
If that showed up, that's when it's time to leave.
And we did leave, in fact.
That's when it's time to leave.
Yeah.
It's time to leave.
That's when you call the exorcist and be like, you got your job cut out for you.
Most definitely.
Mm-hmm.
You have to call for the exorcist.
But you know too, Jason, if you go on investigations and you shoot in the mirrors, you'll be surprised what you catch.
Oh, yeah. That's why I always take pictures in the mirrors with a full spectrum camera. Because you never know.
I don't think I want to look in a mirror.
So what are you going to do? Throw away all your mirrors now?
Yeah.
I can't see you doing that. I can't. I can't see you doing that. How many mirrors you got in your house, Jen?
One in the bathroom, one in my bedroom. That's about it. Do you think that souls can be trapped in a mirror?
That's possible.
Some cultures believe that having your picture taken can trap your soul in the picture.
Look at the Amish.
What do you mean?
The Amish will not let you take a picture of them because what Jason just said.
What?
That the picture of an Amish person will keep their soul into the picture.
Really?
Yes.
They believe that?
It's a belief.
Yes, in the Amish community, yes.
Just like, some others believe your soul can get trapped in a mirror, and that's why some cultures do not allow them.
Mm-hmm.
So why
like
could it not
Jewish
happen?
community, like a Jewish person dies, they cover all the mirrors.
I don't know.
For like a week or something.
I don't know.
I know when an old Irishman dies, they stand them up in the corner of the house and they drink to them.
No, let me look this up. They believe, according to some old Jewish myth, this is because demons visit homes where there have been tragedy or loss. And while they cannot be seen with the naked eye, one can see the reflection in the mirrors. So they're essentially reverse vampires.
Oh my
And then
God!
they,
Where did they come up with that one?
The Native Americans believe that photography can trap your spirit, from my understanding.
Really? Well, you never know. Like,
I never heard of that one before. I know what the Amish did.
says in some German, I guess German and Dutch is that the Amish, most of the cultures are Amish. Yeah. Smears were covered up after a death because it was believed that catching a glimpse of yourself after a member of your household died meant that you would go next.
Yeah.
Ooh. Is that superstition or is that a
yeah?
Is there truth?
It's a ritual. Yeah, so it's a ritual. Rituals involving covering the mirrors after death were also found in some Indian, English, and Scottish cultures.
I can see that happening. I can actually see that.
And they said that during when Lincoln was buried, the mirrors were covered too.
Now I'm going to say something stupid. Wasn't there a movie about him, a vampire slayer?
Yeah.
Did you see that movie?
Like, yeah, why would they? That's so stupid. How did they come up with that?
I don't know.
That's crazy.
But so I don't have that many mirrors. I have one in the bathroom. That's all I do. You know.
Well,
I don't even
look at yourself a lot.
No, I don't. No, I'll give you a test.
Right over your head.
Yeah, it did. Well, you know what? If you go to the mirror and look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? You're a good person, Jen. Say it to you 3 times. I bet you can't do it.
Why?
Because
I am a good person.
Well, I know you are, but say it to yourself by looking in the mirror.
Why don't you think I can do it?
Because what a lot of people do, and I did it. I admit, it's one thing, you know, for me, in order to start, you know, feeling better about myself. This was a long time early recovery for me. That my sponsor said, you know, look in the mirror and tell yourself that you love them. And I couldn't look in the mirror because I didn't want to. I always turn my head.
Well, don't you get the impression that I do love myself?
Look in the mirror and ask yourself.
What is it?
Yes, and I saw the movie. Summerborn? Never heard. Hi, Summerborn. Whatever. I'm trying to keep the conversation here going. What's next on the agenda?
Are you done talking about mirrors? How many hours a day do you look at yourself at the mirror in your bathroom?
You gotta put. How long does it take you to put your makeup on, Jen? Honestly, you have to look in the mirror, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is natural beauty. I don't need to stay in the bathroom for a long time. And I have a vanity in my room. I have a vanity in my room.
You have a vanity.
A vanity, like a movie star. And I sit there and I do it. You know, it's not hard to do. You just sit up, you know, just do it. When you have this.
Speaking of something.
I have such a good palette. I don't need.
We were talking about the Amish there for a second. It just came to mind. Did you know that their dolls don't have faces?
Yeah.
Because they fear of like creating graven images, kind of thing. They believe it will invite evil in. And here's crazy. So there's actually a show. I don't know if it's on Discovery Plus or something. It's something with hauntings with the Amish, and it's about these Amish. You know, several families. It's a multi-episode program, and they were talking about and going through their stories of how evil got invited in and everything. And there was this one that actually I just remembered about where this Amish couple they had a daughter, and I forget who the lady was. I think it was her neighbor or somebody, but was super friendly with the daughter. You know, hang out, whatever. And I think it was for her birthday or something. Well, the lady, not knowing this about the dolls and not having faces and everything, gave the child a regular doll, right? Which the
Mhm.
Amish believe will invite the evil in. And coincidentally, it did.
Mm.
Oh, wow.
The parents were super angry about this, and the lady didn't know, and it was this big fiasco. And turns out, like, they ended up having to deal with some really evil spirit and got shunned from the community and everything else.
Oh, wow. I
Yeah,
didn't know
it's
that.
pretty intense. But you check it out; it's an interesting show.
Is it called Living Amish or something?
It was something. It was in the paranormal section of I think Discovery Plus.
Okay.
Mhm.
That would be the Travel Channel.
So it was definitely.
How do you guys? There's a movie on Netflix called no, not Netflix. I think it's HBO Max called Old.
Never saw it, never heard of it.
It goes what it is it's like an island, like a resort, and people that go onto the certain part of the island start to age rapidly. It turns out
Mhm.
towards the end, not just there's spoilers, guys. That the government or a company that was doing experiments for a drug. I guess it would be something on aging, but these people were caught on this island. And they started to age progressively, and they end up dying. And I think 2 escaped. Now, I know that sounds a little far fetched, but there's so many different things going on, like conspiracies against these big tech people, like Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates. They're working together, and they made this bio milk for babies. It's bioengineered formula.
Never heard of it.
It just came out. They're working on it, and it's just kind of strange if you're a conspiracy theorist that what are we doing now? There's a formula shortage. But a year ago, these big tech billionaires got together and decided to form a company to make bioengineered formula that's all synthetic.
Why would they do that?
Don't you think that's kind of?
Well-
Don't you think that's kind of? Isn't it kind of? Is it a coincidence, or
Well,
do you think that they're
so-
involved in all this weird stuff with the formula?
Well, who knows what they're actually doing? We don't know. 'Cause
Right,
they have tons
exactly.
of money and they can do whatever they want. And nobody else will know about it.
Who says
but,
they can play God? That's why I'm looking at
but
it.
you know, we're talking about bioengineered food and everything.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well, if you look at the population of the Earth, keeping up with, and do you ever like stop and think about how many people are here, how many mouths need to be fed every day, how many animals and vegetables? Like we're running out of land, we're running out of food. And so what's next? Bioengineering. I mean, look at a lot of fast food joints use meat filling stuff that's like
Yeah.
pink slime before it becomes edible.
Yeah.
It's all fake. That's because we can't keep up. So it wouldn't surprise me if they are trying to figure something out. And
But do you really trust a bioengineered baby formula that's all synthetic?
I would not buy it.
I wouldn't. That's disgusting.
But okay, so that's right now. Say in 20 years, 30 years, what do we do when there's big shortages or there is no more
But don't you think
more
there's
natural
so
stuff
much
available?
land, Jason? There's so much untapped land and resources. I don't think that ever would happen if they would actually tap into our natural resources. I mean, there would have to be like some kind of apocalyptic thing that would kill all the animals, for one.
Coconut milk.
Coconut milk.
Why not? Why not?
Pineapple
It's milk.
juice.
But did you
Pineapple
know that there's a breast milk bank in Pittsburgh? Breast milk bank that you can go get if you have a baby.
Oh,
I don't
you got
know.
Sean
I don't know. For babies who, especially with the shortage of formula, they have. I think major metropolitan cities have it that you can go to the breast milk bank and purchase milk for
That's
your baby.
crazy.
That
Sean, isn't your kid a bioengineer?
yeah.
No, he's not an engineer. He is a microbiologist who, keep your fingers crossed, got a decent job interview down in Columbus. He'll be working for the government.
Oh, well.
And, yeah, so I
You
don't
should
know.
ask him. He might know somebody to know somebody and be able to get some
I
info
might,
on
you
it.
know what? I'll do that. In fact, I'm going to talk to him tomorrow. But I'm going to throw this in a conspiracy here real quick. How we got the shortage of formula, okay? And Bill Gates and this other dude is making this type of milk. Do you think there's something consistent between
Yeah,
that?
that's what I said. Do you think that they're involved in some kind of, I don't know.
But what pisses me off about that, excuse my language, everybody, what gets me mad about that is I hate when they try to play God. Why would they want to play God for? Why? That's
Because
what
they're
blows
trying-
me away.
They're trying to start to create the new world order. One government, one financial institution, one healthcare. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make everybody be the same financially. They want no one to be real, I guess they're rich, but they want to keep everybody relied on the government, which is sad. Look it up. It's so everybody's, a lot of conspiracy theorists are talking about the New World Order, the New World Religion, all that, and all goes together under one. And that's what they probably did in 1984. The book. Did you guys read the book in school in 1984?
I wasn't even born yet.
No.
Well, there's a book called 1984. You didn't have to
How
read
old
that
are
in
the
high
two of
school,
you?
Jason?
No, I didn't read that.
No, I went to a Catholic high school and they didn't believe in that crap. So I guess I know I didn't have to read it.
I did.
No.
I didn't.
But then, if that's going to happen to where they make all this happen,
It's
then
one
you're gonna see
currency all over. It's even one currency.
then you can just live off the ground, live off the land. There's going to be a lot of people going to the Appalachian Mountains and living there and just living off the land. I hope I'm dead by the time that happens
I
because
was going to say, you're struggling with a hill at the cemetery. How are you going to do a mountain?
I'll just plant my ass right in the middle of the mountain by a stream.
Just roll you down it.
And they're planning. They're planning a major blackout. So
Where?
they're all everywhere. Major blackout.
Probably from all the electric cars.
There isn't any electric cars. They're all full of it. There's like one or two on the road. If you have to be a billionaire to be able to afford one. I think the smallest one is 65,000.
Wow. No,
thank you.
No, give me gasoline. I'd rather have gasoline cars than know what.
Well, what they're not considering about that with those electric cars, okay, if they're projecting in 20 years or whatever, everybody's going to be electric cars, the power grids out there are still going to be old. There's still old transformers in service, and if it gets too hot in certain areas, there's blackouts. What are they going to do when you come home at 5 o'clock and the whole block and neighborhood, the ACs are running, stoves are cooking.
You're
now
driving
you got
down
your
New
car charging.
Mexico. What is that? What's that road in New Mexico? Come on.
I don't know.
Route 66 or something. And your car starts to lose power. What are they doing? Have a charging station in the middle of the desert?
You know what? I agree. That's why. And how many miles do you get to a full charge of? It's like 100
300
miles.
some.
Yeah, not a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
And
It's like,
then you got to be somewhere, and you run out of, outage, and you're done and have no electricity. Then you got to plug that bad boy in, and you got to hang around for an hour for it to fill up again.
Imagine how much replacement batteries are going to cost or replacement electric motors.
I know, but it's a beautiful day today, nice and hot here in Pittsburgh. This is too depressing. We got to get happy. Come on, let's talk some happy thoughts
it's
here.
90 degrees. I'd be scared.
the
of the
really
car catching
happy
on fire.
paranormal stuff. I don't know.
No, does it have to be paranormal? We could just
We can do off topics now.
Yeah, we can do off. Well, yeah. How about Carnation? How about them?
Yeah, I had some Carnation essentials.
It was
I want to
delicious.
thank Carnation for sponsoring this hour of our show. Thank you, Carnation. Make sure you get some. You need that energy perk like I do right now because I'm falling asleep. No.
I can see that. Are you going to be okay? I mean, do you need coffee or something?
No.
You look tired. You look really tired.
Boy, first he tells me I spend too much time looking in the mirror, putting makeup on. Now he tells me I look tired.
You do. You like closing your eyes and stuff like that.
I'm a busy woman.
So is everybody's plans for the summertime? Coming up, vacations, anything?
I'm going to take a nap.
You gonna hibernate for the summer?
Just lay around outside in my zero gravity chair, drinking a pina colada, and listening. And listening to. I have a new hobby.
What is it?
I got a turntable for me and my son. We both got record players. I guess we're collecting vinyls.
Oh.
So I told I'm starting to sing along with my adolescent songs like Pat Benatar, Joan Jett, Stevie Nicks, Linda Ronstadt, Hart. So I'm going to learn some songs so me and Jason can go jamming.
We're gonna get some acoustic guitars to sing.
Yeah, I would like.
You know
to
what? I'd be just sitting in the front seat watching y'all. Like,
seriously, I'm looking for. I think I'm gonna pick up this one guitar I saw and start taking lessons.
It's never too late.
I'm gonna be a 60-year-old jamming music queen.
There you go. A couple chords is all you need to get started and strum along with some.
Guess what,
songs.
Miss Jen? I think our anniversary's coming up.
Oh yeah, June 3rd, isn't it? June 4th.
June 4th, which is my birthday. Which I will
big
be.
One.
Oh, is that your birthday? June 3rd.
June 4th is my birthday.
And you're gonna be 60.
60 years old.
Oh, I'm gonna be 60 next year. Can you believe it? Oh my God.
I know.
Oh.
I'm pretty good for 60.
So do I, man. I'm hot.
Hi, Joni.
Hi, Joni.
Yeah, I'm gonna start singing. Then come on, give me some tunes. I don't even know anything.
I don't.
Oh, what's that song I was gonna sing? Stevie Nicks. Oh, jeez, I can't remember.
Rihanna.
No, I like old songs. Like Desperado. Why don't you come to your senses?
Joni, you're 61. I don't believe you. I think you're only 38, Joni.
Joni, you are not 61.
You are not. You're 38. So there. But oh Lord. Yeah, so it's our anniversary. What do you think of that? Is it our third or fourth?
I think we need to start talking about different things. We're gonna have to start talking about how the price of gold is. So I know.
Yeah, I love it.
I would like to talk more about missing 411, cryptic creatures, how like the night. There's something about the night. How everything looks different. Not only does it look different, it feels different.
Creepy vibes.
It only depends on where you're at, though.
Oh, there's something about this, like a summer night. I don't know. It's just so much different than winter. Not only is it just, there's just something in the ear. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because. Oh yeah, that too. There's these little jackasses. These little freaking. I got bite marks all over my feet. They're like little. We don't live at the beach. They're like, what are those flies called?
Gnats.
No. Those.
Oh, fruit flies.
No, the flies on the beach that bite you.
I don't know. I haven't been to a beach in a long time, buddy.
I forget the name of the. Does anybody know what the flies are called?
I don't know. It's better than getting bitten by fire ants.
Bite. They hurt. They bite.
Horseflies?
Horseflies. Those little bastards. Hi.
They're not just at the beach.
No,
they're everywhere.
They're really. I think they're called horseflies.
Yeah, but they hurt. I know
They do hurt. Yeah, they do.
I got bit by a spider the other day for the first
Oh,
time.
watch out! You don't get infected.
Well, luckily, I saw it, so it wasn't a brown recluse. Thank God. I was outside, just cutting grass and weed whacking a bunch of stuff, and I felt something bite me right in the chest. I was like, "What was that?" So I looked down, and then I looked down my shirt, and there was a spider just there looking at me. And
Oh my
I'm
God.
scared of snakes and spiders.
I don't like spiders.
So I of course, I was giving myself panic attacks. I'm not gonna make it. Maybe I should go to the hospital. I don't know. Yeah, but it was
They
one of
hurt, those spiders.
It was just one of those little black and white jumping spiders or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
those, I don't like spiders, and I
don't
don't
either.
like snakes. Snakes creep me. Honey, what? Go to sleep. You mad?
Too hot, Mommy. I can't go to sleep. I want to go out and enjoy the cool air that's out there.
What's your mom doing in there?
Oh, okay. No, I was talking to Ava. I was playing Ava there. But listen, you talk about all the stuff that was happening in your backyard a couple of years ago. Has anything interesting paranormal happening in your backyard?
My backyard?
Yeah, your backyard, yeah.
Not lately. It's been nice out, and I haven't had any weird stuff happening. No.
Okay.
It's been quiet. Sort of quiet.
So you have to go out.
No, she's not going out. She's just being weird.
See.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think
We should
about...
have a bring your pets to the show.
I don't have one.
Torture Tuesday. Bring
I have
Patrick.
none. I think I'm going to have him on my show pretty soon.
Who?
He's my brother.
I thought he was just on there a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm talking. I told him already in July sometime, but he's funnier than hell. Get him going. Honest. Oh,
Quiet.
Mommy, I'm hungry.
She already ate today. She ate a rotisserie chicken.
So do you think now, with all this crap that's going on, do you think there's going to be a fluctuation, a bunch of bull crap going to happen? Think they'll ever come up with that Project Bluebeam? Never happened yet.
No, I remember Mike Barra was saying that there was going to be some kind of false flag, like alien attack, using Project Bluebeam, but I haven't heard anything. You never know. Half the stuff is you don't know what to believe on the news. You don't know if it's true. It could be some kind of fabrication of some kind of,
So why watch the news? That's why I don't watch the news.
I don't watch it either.
I'll try not to. I only watch one particular news station. I don't know. There's so much things you don't know what to watch and you don't know what to think. There's just so much bad juju out there.
Right. And all they're doing is adding fuel to the flame. And,
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous. And then I don't know. I can't watch news. It gets me sick.
I guess there's a lot of stuff that's bullshit. Not
No.
true. And there's a lot of different, I don't know. Everybody has so much political stuff.
That's why I watch TikTok. Joni, do you have any questions for us?
She's tired. No, going back to that time traveler dude.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about that. You must have went back in time and read my thoughts.
I was thinking I watched a lot of them, and he hasn't posted anything most recent. Did he post anything recent?
No.
I
I
haven't
think
seen
he got
anything.
called out by many people and he quit doing it. So I don't believe he time traveled, to be honest with you. That's the way I feel. I don't know what y'all think, but I think people are, telling him that, calling him on his crap, and he hasn't put nothing out yet.
Well,
yeah,
maybe.
but has anybody proved it?
Mm-mm.
Proved it wrong?
Then I
then
don't
they
know,
can't call
but
him out.
well,
I mean, there's a lot of people that are, do this, that, and the other, and he just freelancely does it. So I mean, how can they?
Here we go.
The hell was that?
Here we go.
Clear Island.
You should hear that.
We gotta get the other side too. No.
I'm trying to.
What is that?
What is
I
it?
can't believe you can hear that. I was going to listen to some time
What kind of paranormal stuff is going on, Joni?
I like this guy. He's pretty funny. Let me, I'm going to share this with you. I can't see anymore.
I think the latest stuff that guy put out was in April, so that's not too long ago.
This is a different one. Margin, huge cracks form in Kenya, splitting the country in half. These are predictions. Genetically modified. Shut up. Be quiet. Be nice.
He'd be jumping
Remember
all
the
over you.
rapture back in like 2012?
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
it
you know
was.
what? They said the Mayan calendar did end.
Yeah, and that was
Yeah, and
supposed
then
to
a
be
new
the
one
end of the
starts.
world.
What about the millennium? Remember when you guys were little?
Oh, yeah, Y2K.
Yeah, why?
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh no,
We
it's going to be a
covered-
global catastrophe. The computers aren't going to know what to
Yep.
do. Reset
Yeah.
to year 0.
We covered all our windows and stuff with duct tape.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh my God! I remember Giant Eagle when that came on Y2K. They just completely shut down all the computers until that day was over with. Then they
For
turned them back on again.
2022 are shocking.
Bart Simpson was just.
Mail by
This is
hologram.
pretty cool.
Imagine receiving a
Wait a minute.
Facebook or an Instagram message via
Wait a
hologram
minute,
technology,
you
or maybe a
share.
letter. Those things people wrote in the Stone Age
Wait a minute.
via hologram technology. This is not entirely impossible.
Why can't I
Seeing
share
that the
this?
hologram technology has greatly improved. In the episode titled Bart to the Future,
Can you see that?
the same episode that predicted the election of Trump,
Ava.
mail is delivered by holograms. This is a subtle prediction slated to come through by next year, and well, with the way the tech industry is growing, we may not only have mails delivered through HD, but time travel in 6. The baby translator.
Good.
Another prediction, this one seems a little not possible, is the baby translator.
Imagine
Imagine your 1-year-old baby translating English to French fluently. Cool, right? But scary cool. Now, this prediction does not mean your child would talk. It means in 2022, a machine would be developed by a female president. This prediction would be the hallmark of America's democracy. A female president, possible INFS world countries, but well, like draining all the water in the ocean with a cup in third world countries. When millions of Americans voted for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris to win the 2020 election, they did so with the knowledge that there is a great likelihood that Harris will step into the top 4, world peace. You would agree with us that this is one of the pressing things we need in this world. Especially after the chaos of 2020, the war in every part of every continent, and the growing rate of terrorism and hunger. Perhaps the most pressing predictions that we would love to see come true from The Simpsons' prediction of world peace is surely at the top of everyone's wish list. Three, colonization of Mars. With the evolution of science, we know that certain predictions of The Simpsons would most definitely come through. Earth, prior to the growth of science, was seen as the only planet suitable for human habitation. Marge is not thrilled when Lisa volunteers for a future one-way trip to Mars, so she volunteers to go with her. In fact, hoping to dissuade Lisa, the whole family signs up. The idea behind Exploration Incorporated's expedition is to colonize the Red Planet before 2026. 2. Virtual reality food. This would be one of the most ridiculous predictions ever. Like, who would want to wait for mac and cheese virtually? Would you want your yummy cheese pizza in some virtual world? No. The Simpsons made it back to the future, this time to 2030. Here Homer and Marge chowed down on virtual fudge via VR glasses and feeding tubes. Although you'd think the whole virtual, no calories thing would have trimmed down the junk food junkie patriarch, it didn't. Simpsons predictions for 2022 are shocking.
Pretty
Mail by
cool.
hologram. Imagine receiving.
They're like right on. Some of their shows are like spot
That's
on.
kind of scary. Like,
Yeah,
how,
it is.
how
It
do
is.
you know that it's like prophetic? How are they getting these messages? Did they time travel, Jason?
I don't know.
The writers?
I don't know, but I've seen a lot of different things. You know, the Simpsons predicted. You know, they'll show videos of all this stuff. So
Yeah, then
I don't
they.
know, it's weird.
It is weird.
What if it is a time traveler?
That could be. Would you? Oh, that's a good question for you, Jason. Would you want to? Would you want to travel? Be a time traveler? Would you want to do that?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, because it would be cool if you're able to, you know, figure stuff out or whatever, kind of like in Hot Tub Time Machine, you know, figure out all this stuff and then use it to your benefit if you want. But no, because I don't really want to know what's coming down the line.
Right.
I'm sure there's a lot of good, but what's the bad stuff or the inevitable? Like how you gonna pass away? Like I don't want to know, because it's gonna be hindering on your mind for the rest of your life.
True.
Who wants to think about that?
Yeah, no, I feel the same way. Personally, I do not want to go into the future because, I just don't want to know. And, but, there's a lot of people in fact, a person asked me the other day, he said to me, he goes, what would you do if you went back in time when you were 18 years old, And I said, I don't know, but I'd probably still make the same mistakes I did back then. Nothing's going to change. Who would want to do that? I can't see it happen. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm turning 60 years old.
Well, you got to think too. Like, okay, so think of the butterfly effect. If you go back in time and change one thing, it could have a whole different outcome on multiple variables.
Yeah.
It could be for the bad. Who knows?
Also, it could be for the good. So
it could be.
I personally would just like to stay where I'm at right now and find out what happens tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
a surprise.
That's the rush. You're dead tired and going to bed, and God only knows what's going to happen. Sometimes you might not even wake up tomorrow. You know what I mean? And
you never know.
No. So I just kind of enjoy the time that I have, whatever's going to be coming down the wire for me,
Just one day at a time.
Yes, sir. And I think it's going to be okay. I can't let all this depressing shit get to me, man, because it really screws with my mind. And that will be on the show, my next show, not after this show, into the night. But
what if you did do time traveling and like this guy that's posting the videos? What if you end up in that other dimension and you can't get back?
That's true. That's true. If that would happen to me, I would have to try to find the same place where I came in that I'd go back to that hospital and lay in the same hospital bed and just go to sleep and see what happens. You know what I mean?
I think he went there and actually found his record, his hospital record with the date and everything.
Wasn't that the year 2022 or 23?
He's in 2027 right now.
Right, but when he went to the hospital and found his paperwork.
Yeah, I'd have to watch again. I don't remember it off the top of my head.
Right. Tommy Miller says here, agreed, who we are is a result of every decision we made for better or worse. No need to change the past, just work to be better in the here and now. Very good, Tom.
Yeah.
I believe it. Yep, that's the way to do it. So I know as I take a plan on going up, doing some prospecting gold. I know we're going off the subject here, but I'm going to go up north near Conneaut, maybe up around Lake Erie. There's a couple creeks up around there that have gold-bearing creeks. So I'm thinking of getting a metal detector, and I'm actually going to walk the creeks and see what I come up with. That's what I'm going to do.
Might find some interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Jenny, welcome back.
Yeah, Jen, welcome back. What's he do to Ava?
She had to go potty.
No.
What is this cyber demon talking about? If you believe in ghosts, death should be peaceful. What does that mean?
If you believe in ghosts, yeah, death should be peaceful. Oh, yeah. Cyber, you talking about us? Are you talking about us when we die? If we believe in ghosts? Huh. Yeah, I think that will be easy. Who knows, but won't find out until I die, huh? And it's crazy. Russ talks about it all the time. We investigate, but like Russ says, do they have certain rules where they can go hunt? Is there certain places they can go hunt? You know what I mean? And That's one thing I'm looking forward to when I die. I can find out all the answers to the
More
questions.
rules.
What's that?
We live with a bunch of rules, and then in the afterlife have a bunch of rules.
That would suck. That would really suck. Yeah.
You have to get permission to haunt.
Who knows, man? Maybe I'll come to your mirror if you're still alive and pop out and say, "Hi, Jenny. How are you?"
Oh my God!
What do you want to haunt me or what? It's sad.
I have a list that long who I'm going to haunt when I die.
That's not a very big list.
Well, no,
let's be honest.
It's like this. I'm going to haunt, and there are names on there. Do you guys know of Dolores Cannon? No, I don't.
Who's that?
Who's that?
Well, should we Google them?
Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, Dolores Cannon. That's Canon.
See, let's look and see what my crystal ball says. Oh, we should do Mr. Projector for the last. I love Mr. Projector. I think he's haunted.
What's Mr. Projector?
Mr. Predictor. You know who that is.
It's like he's a projector.
Mr. Predictor. Doors Cannon.
Oh, wait. Doris Cannon is a regressive hypnotherapist and psychic researcher.
Oh, that's sort of like the Edgar Casey.
She's tired, dude.
Edgar Casey is the most, he's a psychic researcher. The Association for Enrichment and Enlightenment is really something you should check out. She has interest in taking on what life is and what life is about.
That is, I'm going to, you know what? Thanks, Cyber, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to study, read up on her and probably bring it up next week if we don't have a guest again.
Oh, we have a guest next week. I'm pretty sure we do.
Okay.
But maybe
Who
I'm
might that
wrong.
be?
Well, you know what? I'll have to look in my black book.
Uh-oh.
My little black book.
Oh, you don't have a calendar?
Yeah,
Like
I do.
A big one. Like,
It's actually a rainbow.
that's cool.
We might not have a guest. We're gonna have to start booking again. We were booked up for a while, and then we haven't booked up anything. Let's see.
What?
It's June 1st. Wow. Oh my.
She says that before we are born.
You're supposed to have a paranormal investigator.
She has not gotten back to me yet.
Well, we're going to have to open the calendar again. I had it closed for a while because we had too many guests people wanting to come on, actually.
Okay, Cyber Demon she says that before we are born unto earth, we choose our life and what will happen. We know it's going to be a horrible challenge. It's like a school.
Before we are on earth, we would choose our. Yeah, I believe that too. You choose your life and what will happen. We know it's going to be a horrible challenge. It's like, I believe that too, Cyber. I believe that when you're in wherever you are before you're born, you get to choose what kind of life you have. And
Is that what would cause like deja vu?
I believe it.
Good question, dude. Good question.
But see, why would some people choose to have such a horrible life, though? Like cancer, illness, death of loved ones.
What if that's just like a roadblock that's just thrown in there?
Yeah.
Like you have no control over that stuff, but you have it all planned out for what you want. And then that hits you. Like maybe you're close to reaching the goal and, like a cancer takes over or something.
Yeah, that's true. And you're like there, and it's like, son of a bitch. Like he said, Jason, there's a damn roadblock here, and I got to go through that damn roadblock. But think about it, right? You got to go through that roadblock. If you don't, and you take the long way around the roadblock, that roadblock can last like 20 years before you cross it. So go right through it.
Well, he said that no, that's more of the theory that we repeat our lives. I believe that if you repeat your lives over and over, making the wrong decisions, or do you repeat them making the right decisions? And then there's I was reading one of my Facebook friends, he sent me this information about a Chinese, sort of like Chinese numerology, that you can determine how many lives you've had. There was a formula. And some people, once you get to the 9th life, then that's it. You're done. You can either, you have a choice to be reborn again or actually go on to the next level of existence. And
I would never choose to get reborn again. I'd rather go on to the next existence. You know, like Cyber says, he says, I'll be mad if I have to do this again, his life. And I'm right there with you, Cyber. I would not want to do my life all over again. No. It's time for me to move on somewhere.
But I don't want to be hanging around haunting people.
Oh, I'll haunt. Don't worry. I got a list of how long y'all done.
I think there was, you know, we're talking about, you know, picking your life and stuff. There's actually a Disney movie that was kind of something along the lines of that. It's where like the souls are waiting to come to Earth, and they pick who they are, but then they got to wait for those on Earth to die and help them find their gift.
Yeah.
Before they can come to Earth and be born.
Oh.
Whoa. I never heard of that one.
Yeah, I think it was called Soul.
That leads me to a good conversation. Like when you die, what they say that heaven, if you go to heaven, everybody has a job. Now, would it be something you do on Earth? Like, would you help Sean souls to get to the light?
Yep, probably.
Or like,
I would do that if they told me to do that. Yeah,
like
I would have to.
Doctors would help. I don't know what they would do. Assist
You're
surgeon.
right there, Sean.
He's
What's
hot,
up, bud?
like 90 degrees
right
up in his attic.
Yeah.
The infamous towel made its appearance.
Well, the last few minutes of our show.
Oh, I hear that noise.
Mr. Predictor has come out of his shell tonight. What do you have any questions for our Mr. Predictor? Sean?
Is my son going to get the job done in Columbus?
Definitely, yes.
Good.
Jason, do you have a question for Mr. Predictor?
Do we pick our lives before we're born?
The answer is no.
Ooh.
And the plot thickens.
Mr. Predictor, will Jenny get a pineapple shirt or pineapple hat?
Yes, it is.
Mr. Cyber Demon said he'll do your card reading. Oh,
A tarot reading for Sean.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Go ahead.
Do it, Sean.
Go ahead, Cyber. Go grab a link and you can just do audio. We have 10 minutes. Can you do it in 10 minutes? Actually, 8 minutes. Mr.
If you come on next week, we'll do it then, okay? We got 8 minutes left.
Why are you so worried, Sean?
I'm
What?
not worried. I'm not
He's
worried
scared.
at all.
He can do a 3-card spread.
All right. Is that what he said? Let's tell him this.
Jerry, what is his name? Cyber Demon?
Yeah.
Go ahead, do his cards. I don't know where he went. Maybe he chickened out.
That wasn't cold, Jennifer. That wasn't cold.
He's snoring.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Hmm.
It's not. Well, I'm going to ask Mr. Projector. Is Cyber Demon going to do... Oh, there he is. Oh, that's Wesley. Wesley Lawrence. Who's that? Who's Wesley Lawrence?
Points to yes.
Who's Wesley? Keep talking. Just keep talking. Wesley, should we bring him on? I don't know who this guy is.
Just go for it.
Go for
It's
it,
not
man.
like 6 minutes left. See what happens.
Wesley, do you have a question for one of us?
One moment, please.
We only have a few minutes left of the show. Oh, he's gone. We're not going to let him come back in because I don't know who he is. Anyway.
Mr. Cyber Demon, how about you come back to the show next week and give me a reading then? That'd be cool.
Sean's going to try to put all kinds of good karma out there this next week.
That was weird. Yeah, that was weird. I don't know who that person was. Maybe it was just I don't know. Maybe because I put the link in and he just wanted to pop in and say, there he is again. We're not getting him in. I'm just going to get him out of here. Sorry. I don't know who you are. Kick from the studio. Sorry. I don't know who you are. We just kicked him out. Sorry. Life's whatever. We have, I just want to say that it was an enjoyable night tonight without the guests. I mean, I would have liked to have the guests, but we talked a little bit of strangeness going on, low paranormal stuff.
About me coming through the mirror and haunting your ass.
Infinite mirror loops.
The Man in the Mirror. Wasn't there a song called Man in the Mirror or something?
Yeah, I think Prince sang it.
Yeah, there's a lot of creepy people in the. You could really have. Oh, who's this private chat? Is that you?
I don't know.
I am whom shall stand at Mecca.
Oh, no.
Be destroyed easily by Jesus. That's who Wesley was.
No.
Jesus shall kill you all on that day. Oh my God! Thank God.
That was the guy who just booted. I think he was in here before, and Joe had to boot him out because he was posting all kinds of.
He's back. I'm gonna.
Stuff.
No, don't.
I
think it's time to go.
Yeah, bad. Okay, he's out. Get out of here, you crazy man. Sorry. Kick from the studio. He's yelling at us. Oh, great. That's all I need. Wish I could keep him out. Yes, it's time to go. So thank you all for tuning in tonight and understanding, being patient with us since our guest did not show. That happens sometime in show business, but we just have to keep on with the show, right? So thank you again for tuning in. Next week, we'll have a great show for you planned. And if you think you'd be a great guest, definitely hook us up. You can direct message us. You can go to chasingprophecyradio@gmail.com. Have a great night, guys. What the hell?
We're still live.
We should just do a comedy gag or something. We should just do our own comedy thing. It still won't end. Why won't it end? The end.